was your two-minute warning.
This is, can I just inform, this is a different budget. It's not out of the
Well, I'm still going to talk.
grants.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Right. Besides what we've just done is we've just put a hold on grants. This is actually a grant, regardless of whether it's another budget or not. Now, that's not so much the problem. The problem we have is the horticultural, despite, just for clarification, despite the name Dinnington district, it's actually based in Anston now, and all their functions, etc., are held here. So in effect, it is now an Anston type of group. Right, they're asking for 50% discount for the hall, for the hall. The paper we've got in front of us actually shows it for the year, which will be a discount grant of £696 and 94p. The problem I have is this. There are other groups that are asking for free use of the parish hall. This group's asking for 50%. I think they're quite, if we are going to agree, I'm not saying we are or we aren't, but if other groups are getting free use of the parish hall, and there are some groups that at present get free use, I think it's wrong that we're only giving one group 50% and another group 100%. And the ones that are getting it free, there's also, should we say, extras, maybe extras involved from, should we say, like outside events. So the problem I'm putting in front of you is we're not being equal to all the people, or all the hall users. I'm of a mind to give them a 50% reduction because they are regular users, they've been a regular user for a number of years. But I still believe it's wrong that some get it for free and some don't.
Jonathan?
Just between you and the council, I'm not sure which groups get it free, which I'd quite like to know them.
Do you want to know which ones get free?
Yeah, yes,
But he can't say anything because he's got an interest in it.
Yeah. I can still talk.
Who's got an interest in what? You just have to declare an interest. Right, the groups that I know of that get it free is the skate park group, and again I'm open to corrections if I'm wrong, the skate park group, the Friends Burial Ground group, and I'm looking at Mike and there's any more, I don't think there is, but the point I'm making is we're not treating...
No, that's all I need to know.
The point I'm making is we're not treating every group the same. If one gets it free, all should get it free. If one gets 50%, that's a policy we should have. It's not a discussion.
John?
It's very difficult, this one, because you're trying to compare chalk and cheese. The burial ground... Oh, sorry. You're trying to compare chalk and cheese because the burial ground group don't use us very much, but they make a hell of a difference to the burial ground. That's a beautiful place to go to. So I think that we're paying for that by letting them... It'd be terrible without that group. And yet, other groups, which only meet here every month, should not get, and give no return back to the society. Lots of them give nothing back. The Horticultural Society, for instance, make their own gardens look nice and have a demonstration here. But the cemetery group, I mean, have you go up and have a look and see what it looked like 12 months ago? It was rotten. It's very good now.
I think you've missed the point. The point
is
you can't know who does what for us.
No, so you can't compare one with somebody like the burial ground because they're two different aspects and they give a different contribution to the society that we live in. And I think that they should get free.
Can I just say, I think we're making this extremely difficult for ourselves to move forward because we're going to have that many varieties and options. We're going to be absolutely strong and we've got to bear in mind that we're trying to keep groups and other organisations going in the village, and it's we're not going to have to do that.
We're trying to do that.
Can I, Joe?
I think the last 2 points made by Stuart and John just highlight that we need to put this on hold for now and review the whole grant process.
Can I agree with again what you said there, Julie, but can I just say this? I'm going to propose, the paperwork in front of us is for I think it's nearly the whole year, which comes to 696 and 94p. I'm going to make a proposal. The proposal is this, that we give a grant to the DDHS discount of 50% for the parish hall for their, when's the next function? Because it's quite soon in
July.
Just we do the 50% parish hall reduction just for that one event. And like I said, we'll come back at some time to discuss these issues in length.
I think we need, that's not some time, I think we need to come back fairly urgently.
Well, yeah, we're just trying to work a way forward through it. Because I think,
Yes.
Second that, Chair.
Can I just clarify, Michael just said that they've actually had the spring fair already, that was held a few weeks since. You have to bear in mind that they're asking for a 50% discount, so they're actually paying 50% of the costs. And I think you've got to be mindful that if you depending on what route you go down, you're going to force some of these organisations to cease to exist, and that's going to affect a lot of people in the village. And you're really going to not win a lot of friends by doing that. It's only my view.
Yeah.
I mean, it's down to the parish council to make a decision.
I don't think we're trying to run sort of groups out of business and stop them from operating.
Sounds as if
I
you
think
are.
what's been suggested is that we take a fresh look at all of them and see which ones are valid, and what benefits they have. And it's a bit unfair to give somebody 600 quid and somebody 100 quid. It just seems unfair to me. And I think it's right what people have been saying. We've got to look at it right across the board and have a fair system and a fair policy of giving grants to different groups. It seems to me it's built up ad hoc over the years. Oh, we'll give 50 to them, 100 to them, 600 to them. Or,
We're not actually giving them money, are we?
yeah, but it does mean that £600 in income we're not getting. But 50% grant to somebody is an awful lot of money.
can I come back in again, because I've just reread this. So if you're saying that they've already had their spring fair, one would assume that money or that grant was from last financial year, we're in a new financial year now. Now, if
It would be this, because it was in April, so it would be in this
right,
financial.
so in effect, they're asking for a 50% grant for use of the hall that they've already had. No, I don't think we should be backdating grants, but right, their next fair then, according to this, is in autumn. And I
No,
would add-
there's a July show, lower down.
You see, this is where we start getting ourselves into all sorts of pitfalls, because we haven't got proper policies. I mean, we're asking here to grant them a 50% grant for the whole of the year. Now, what I'm trying to get to is, if they've got an urgent one coming up next, I'm of the mind to give them a 50% grant on a one-off basis until we've discussed everything going on.
Can I just make one final point? What you will do, you will lose money if you don't get people to use this facility, because you might be giving them a 50% grant, but if they don't use this facility, we're not going to get anything whatsoever back from them. At the moment, we get 50% of the charges back into the parish council. If they choose to go somewhere else or don't exist, then we're losing money altogether.
I understand that, but it just seems very random that we're giving them 50% and somebody else was saying they shouldn't have anything at all. I think what's been proposed is, and what was approved a few minutes ago, was that we take a chance to review all the grantors applications.
Well, if you're going to do that, you've got to do it very quickly, because this is going to stack up and we're not going to get, we're going to even have much bigger agendas than we've already got. We're never going to get agendas. So if people are making these decisions, then you've got to be prepared to turn up and make the decision as to how you make it work. We've got no other option to that, so I'll leave it up to the members to decide.
Can I propose that we meet very soon at a very short meeting, as many councillors as possible, so we can sort this out?
Counting to be short.
Yeah, a short one without lots and lots of agenda items, but I think it is important we need to discuss it, and I appreciate time's passing for different organisations and different groups. So to me it's one of the most important things, because we have got to be accountable to the public for the money that we said yes people can have. And I think the way it's been done ad hoc over the years has been great for groups, but we really need to look at it and I think they need to look at it quite quickly.
Well, I think on that basis,
We don't want to put groups out of business, Clive. that's
you
right.
need to have a one-off meeting then, and I think you need to, everybody that's wanting to put an application in, and I call the Anston Day, you know, actually,
We're not asking for
No,
any money.
well, that's,
We don't want money.
that's fine. But I think everybody that's likely to, we need to have a meeting to decide that and set a policy for how we're going to go forward, because we need to let them know as soon as possible it's going to affect how they operate or don't.
I agree, so
Yeah.
I agree, it has to be quickly, it has to be done soon, but we also need a list of who comes to us on a regular basis asking for a grant. And I'm quite happy to sit here with other people and say, that group, and as Drew just said, we need some sort of tier of grants to different people. If it's somebody like the Horticultural Society that has hundreds of members, then obviously we can perhaps give them more. If it's a football team that's only got 20 members, then maybe they should have a bit less. But at least we need some criteria, don't we?
Yeah. Can I just ask, the meeting they're having in July, is it the beginning of July or the end of July? Do you know? Knows what date it is? In July.
Chip in. Everyone else chips in, not interrupting.
Sorry, just bear with me, Stuart, just let people have a word. I'm just looking, I think, I'll bring you, Jonathan, then I just want to make a point. Go ahead, sorry.
All I'm saying, again, in the first meeting, I thought we were actually going to keep to a schedule of things that we're discussing there, not wavering on to other stuff.
Well, we're trying to
And dragging it on.
I'd like to do that, but unfortunately some of the stuff is not that clear cut. This is a quite a wide ranging.
So is it
What I'd like to
Right.
propose is
It's historic problems with that.
can we contemplate, I'm seriously worried that we're not going to get very much farther. I'm concerned that some people are waiting for answers. Can I ask, we've got the next meeting on, what date is it, Mike? 15. Are councillors minded to have another meeting next week to try and get through some of this stuff? Because we're not making a great deal of progress. We don't have to talk about everybody wanting to have a say. I don't want to stop, but I think we need to have another meeting in between.
Clyde, we're going to run a great risk here of destroying the bloody fabric of the village.
John, I don't disagree with you. That's why we need another meeting to try and get on top of this stuff.
We can have another meeting. Well, when I proposed that, it was proposed to look at different grants, different groups, so we can move forward. I don't think anybody's saying people can't have the money. What's been said is we should look at what we're doing, and if we need one small separate one-off meeting to discuss that, then that's fine by me. But if you want a meeting to discuss all these other things, we need to prioritise them and look at what's time.
Well, we've tried to do that. We've sort of got, we haven't even got down to the first page of this, and I'm conscious that we've got an item on it. We've got one or two items, but there's one on a planning issue that needs to be resolved by 12th of July.
Chairman.
Sorry, 12th of June. So we need to get an answer sent off to.
I'm the second Slander's proposal, so we can get this item, this particular item finished with.
So do you
You
want
made a proposal earlier, so
can you just have your proposal?
to pay for the
50%.
Right,
the next
I thought the
event,
was that right.
to give us time to discuss it. Was that
Right, the question I asked, I don't think the word and answer is, do we know when the next July meeting is? Is it the beginning of
It's
the
the beginning of July.
Right.
All right. It's the first week, I think.
Oh.
I've seen it advertised 7th, something like that. I've got it direct, but
To try and make progress, although I understand what everything that's been said, I'm going to propose that the DDHS are given a 50% discount for the whole hire for the July show only. And all the other requests will be discussed earlier today.
And I'll second that.
It's just to make, it's not ideal, it's just
Can I have
to
a-
make some progress.
so we've got for proposal and second. Can I have all those in favour? Please. Thank you. That's passed.
So can I just come in again? Now we're going back to it. There's obviously an issue about having a meeting. Can we now have another proposal to have a one-off meeting with some
Can
kind?
I propose
No, it's
that?
not. Sorry, it's not an agenda item. So
But it's involved in this item.
so can we get around that?
They do.
I can call a meeting.
Right, okay.
Please call a meeting.
So I will try and arrange it with Clark after this to see when it will be next week. I will presume. So if you keep me
Yeah.
Wednesday next week.
Oh,
Can we make it clear, Clive,
Yeah.
But if members can't make it, then that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not expecting everybody to. Yeah, it would be a night again, I presume, anyway.
How many do we need for a quorum?
5.
So as long as we get 5.
4.
Anyway,
Who said 4?
don't know.
So, Wednesday night preferable? Not Monday. Well, I'll talk to Alan Mike and send an email around there, and we'll have a discussion on that. But as I say, we're still going to maybe have to put another meeting in later on in this month to get on top of all this other work, otherwise we're going to be.
Bear in mind, I know that the Auditor Society have got a big bank balance,
I know.
much bigger than ours.
Yeah. Can I move on then to item number 10, which is to approve accounts for April 2015. Try and get through this as fast as we can.
Right, Chair, can I, on the account bank reconciliation for April, can I propose, again, it's just the ins and outs of what goes in and out of the bank, can I propose that we accept that C10A?
I'll accept that.
All those in favour? Thank you.
Can I propose on the second?
Certainly, so we've got receipt now.
Can I propose that, Chair, that we accept the receipts scheduled for April? There's only the preset support grant and first instalment and untaxed interest. Can I propose we accept that?
Fairly straightforward. Everybody happy with that? Secondly, all those in favour, please show. Thank you. Payment schedule, next one. It's quite a long item. Anybody spot anything that they desperately want to ask a question on? Yeah, no?
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
To do with the skate park, actually. 509342, expenditure by skate park, £203. Is that out of the £500 that
No.
he was granted?
It's our personal money.
It's your personal money?
It's their own bank account.
Right. So why are we...
They're money that they've deposited with us.
Did we not have a I'm not getting into the skate park, but did we not have a discussion where I said I didn't think it was right and proper that we were doing banking for private
Yes, we
community?
did.
I mean, are we allowed to do private banking? Or community groups?
I don't, apparently we are, yeah. I can't remember. It's been cleared in YLCA, apparently we can do that and hold their funds.
So what control have we got over that money then? Absolutely none. But we're banking.
Well, it's there, it's only that.
I'm not getting into actual money, I'm just going on a procedural thing. I don't think, I mean, personally, I could be totally wrong, but it just seems odd that we're giving a group private banking and we've no control over the money.
Well, it's there, it's
It's their
their
money, I know,
funds
that's what
they
I'm
put
saying.
in, but they
Right, all
can't.
right, I'll leave it,
You
leave it.
sign checks for it.
So how will they make withdrawals?
We offer invoices and receipts.
Can you use the microphone, please?
Oh,
As a group, we offer the invoices and receipts of things that we spend.
Still can't hear you out.
not using that.
We just offer the invoices and receipts on things that we've spent ourselves
So
from
you
our
would
personal
have to withdraw it through the clerk.
account.
to get your own money.
That's how it works, isn't it? Essentially, yeah.
Right, is that how it works?
Because it's our money, isn't it?
That's how it will work.
I presume so, yeah.
Can I,
There's not, I think there's only a minimum amount anyway.
It's what we raise when we can.
can I bring another one? Down towards the bottom. 509367 weed control, £850. Where do we control the weeds? What weeds are there?
It was all over the place. The invoice was on last time.
Yeah, but it will cost a lot.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I'm not clear in the bill. I'm trying to work out where we actually do the weed killing, because it seems very expensive to do so what we do.
That's for a bit, well, I believe.
Go if you want. Don't drop me off.
I think the football pitch as well, which is quite expensive. Spray and clean.
Right, we'll come back to that later in the year probably. All right, thanks. the cemetery, is that for cutting grass? Sorry?
It was, I believe.
Right, can I ask why we're employing outside contractors to cut grass in the cemetery? When we
We
have...
discussed this last week as well.
Right, well, I'm asking a question again.
Yeah, I'm just explaining it
You're
again.
wasting
Yeah.
time.
That we didn't have the equipment to do the first cut because it was so dense, the grass in that particular section.
Right, and does this happen every year?
The first cut was usually the most difficult.
Right, so it's quite possible that we need to look at probably investing in a different type of mowing machine.
Yeah, I mean, that's, it's
All right,
what
we'll leave
it
it
costs
at
that
that.
against what it costs out a firm once a year.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Ask the question,
Yeah.
don't answer it, we'll leave it at that.
Anybody else got any queries on that? Can I, sorry, Christine.
Have a discussion about the old library.
Can
That's,
you use the microphone,
that's
please?
not on this. It's
No, I know.
irrelevant. We'll
Can you use
on
the
the agenda.
microphone, please? Can't hear her.
Can I just have,
Sorry. We can't hear what she's
can you just use the microphone, please, Christine? It's a question about a meeting on regarding the old library, and it's on the agenda for next. Yes, it'll be on the agenda, but it's just to give people a chance to get the hang of things, but then it will be back on the agenda. So we need to do a
I
discussion.
think it needs pointing out to the new councillors
Well,
what a white elephant it is.
I've got white elephants and green elephants, I'm afraid. That's another matter. Right, can I have a proposal and a second for these, please? Thank you. Thank you. All those in favour? Accepting. Thank you. Is that dealt with that? Oh, sorry, overview accounts published on the council's website.
Can I propose that we accept the accounts overview? It's a condensed version of what we just discussed, for going onto the web page.
Everybody happy with that? Seconded. All those in favour, please show. Thank you. To discuss management accounts.
Is this the budget summary?
Yeah.
Can I propose that we accept the budget summary on this? It's obviously a healthy figure because we only just received the precept for the year. Basically, at this stage, I would suggest it's just information only. So I propose we accept it.
Will second for those? Of that proposal? Sorry about all the time. That's a double job. All those in favour, please show. Thank you. Item 12, to receive report on debtors. You've got that in front of you. Anybody got any opinions? I think we need to.
I'll come in if you want to.
Stuart, if you want to quick word.
Just need a bit of explanation. The first one is neighbourhood watch. Why does the neighbourhood watch hold money? Right, so we're paying for all their photocopying.
No, they're paying us for
They pay us for it.
This is debtor from the council to somebody else.
Yes, they owe us money. Sorry,
Right, I'm confused now. Because somebody just said that they pay us. So
They
if
do,
they
they-
pay us, they can't be debtors.
yeah, they are. They've not paid us for the photocopy.
They should do, but they don't.
Well, they do it well.
Right,
They
so
do, but they
hang
will.
on. Now I'm totally,
It's only from April this year.
now I'm totally confused. Right, just say if I'm right or wrong. Did we have an agreement that we would allow the council, neighbourhood watch people to use our photocopy? Was it free of charge?
No.
Right,
No,
okay,
they pay
that's
for
what I'm
it.
saying. I'm not sure, that's what I'm asking the question.
They had difficulty, I think, getting the photocopying done and costs, so we said we could do whatever rate and they pay us for doing those copies.
Over the past year, over the past year, I know this is only for April, have they paid on time normally? We haven't got a problem,
This,
that's what I'm
this list
saying.
of debtors is 30th of April. So they've had invoices issued to them on the 16th of April, 23rd of April and 30th of April.
I understand that.
So
What I'm
they're
what I'm
already
saying,
paid by now.
right, I understand that. What I'm saying is, there's a debt. I don't know when the invoices went out, but you're telling me we've got a
The
debt.
debt,
Now,
that's
what I'm asking, so let me ask the question.
Oh,
Have they been good payers over the past year? Now, if you give me the answer yes, I don't see this as a problem, and as you say,
I presume
the
so,
invoices
just
probably come out.
Well, they only owe money from the 16th of April this year, so they must have paid everything else that they've had.
Right, and that's the answer I wanted. Yeah.
council should be paying for them.
Okay,
Now,
anybody else?
I've got some more if I'm looking to see Bill's right. allotments. We've got lots of people outstanding for the allotments. Do we have reasons for that?
They don't need to pay until the 1st of January.
Right.
Next year.
Yeah.
But technically, they're not debtors until they go over the
Well, it's
timeline.
been flagged up that someone will pay on 1st of April.